So, hi guys, welcome to my Game Week 29/30 video. For the first time since starting this week I encountered some discrimination on Twitter. Some lovely gentleman sent me a private message asking how a girl can play fantasy football. This to me was absolutely shocking. I wasn't even aware that this sort of thing still went on. When I mentioned this on Twitter to the FPL community, Twitter lit up and hashtag #PointyBits was born. I was unaware that as a female, I was incapable of liking or knowing anything about football, let alone being able to use my digits, to use the mouse to choose some football players. I definitely have never claimed to be any good at this, or that I know it all. It's a little bit tough though to see that sexism still exists around this subject. But I would like to say I've had nothing but support from the FPL community. And it's lovely to see that this sort of thing seems to be the thoughts of the few rather than the thoughts of the many. Now that I've cleared that up, let's take a look at my Game Week 29 points. Here is my Game Week 29 points. 75 points. Get in, put that in your pipe and smoke it, undisclosed name, hashtag #PointyBits. It's not bad considering the average was 47 points. This was a great game week. Learning my lesson in my last video, I captained Lukaku and it really paid off. 32 points is as much as I got in the whole of last game week. And he got that all by himself. I might just have a little teeny weeny regret that I didn't triple captain him. But big wrong could be a shout for a triple captain another week. It's gonna be a tough one considering there are players with double game weeks coming up. Also, my one transfer this game week was from PVA to Valencia and that also paid off. Valencia didn't get me a clean sheet, but he did score his first goal of the season. And that bagged me 8 points. Considering my other choices were to sell Llorente for Gabbiadini or Dini, Gabbiadini going off with an injury and Dini scoring an own goal, I'm pretty glad I opted for Valencia. And we learnt this week that his double game week is confirmed. Heaton was a great shout over Valdez. He got himself a clean sheet, made 5 saves, played the full 90 minutes and bagged himself 3 bonus points. And that gave me a hefty 10 points towards my total. I'm very happy that both Baines and Davies played. Both of them got me 6 points each. And the only other person to mention in my team that helped towards my total was Aguero. And he did it again, bagging himself a goal and getting me 6 points. Everyone else, pretty much a thumbs down. I should have had McAuley in instead of Davies. And so now that we've looked at my Game Week 29 points, let's take a brief look at Game Week 30. This is how my Game Week 30 team lines up, and we've just headed into an international break. I'm going to take my full 2 weeks to think about what changes I'd like to make in this team. I had considered using the wildcard in this period, but considering the amount of injuries to people like Kane, Gabbiadini, Sanchez with a slight niggle, I really want to see what those players are going to be like and how they are after their international matches before shipping a load of them in. So instead, I'm considering just making the one change or even taking a couple of hits to make a start on the team I'd like going forward for the double game weeks. Then my thoughts are that I might use my wildcard on Game Week 36 and one of my chips on 37, with that being the most likely game week to have the most doubles. I will, however, keep you up to date with any transfers on Twitter on @NinfriaTV. Now that the double game week has been confirmed in 34 for Man United, Middlesbrough and Crystal Palace, I'll try and make my transfers bearing those in mind. I'm going to take a look over my Team of the Month video for last month to see if there's anybody who stands out in those clubs worth getting going forward. At the moment, off the top of my head, I'm considering looking at Mkhitaryan, Mata and Ibra from Man United, seeing as I already have Valencia in, Darun to back up Gibson from Middlesbrough, and possibly a little sneaky intro of Cabaye from Crystal Palace. He could possibly be a shout for Davies or Matic. bench. But before I get into all of that, I'm aware that I need some Spurs or Chelsea cover in this team. I'm thinking maybe Walker for McAuley, or Ali for Siggy or Sané, and for Chelsea possibly Pedro. I know the stats for Costa, but at the moment my return from Maguire and Lukaku is seeing me good, and with an Ibra in return with double game weeks, it's going to be difficult to fit all of those strikers into my team, and so I might need to try and get my Chelsea players in a bit further back. And that's my thoughts on Game Week 30. And that's just what they are at the moment, some thoughts. So let me know what you guys think down below. Pop me a comment or message me on Twitter. At this point, I say Nymphrya out, but I'm just going to add on that I am an FPL, a fantasy football playing lady, and proud of it. Until next time, Nymphrya out.